So, okay. So anyways, see, I'm wearing something different than what I usually wear. Today is Saturday. My husband and I went out, did a little bit of stuff. Both of us yesterday. We had to take a nap because the particles were accelerating astronomically. Of course, maybe you've seen people on your Facebook suffer some kind of condition warranting them to take a nap or go to the hospital or talk about whatever on Facebook because they need an outlet. But when there are storms that are coming through that are super aggressive, especially now, they will influence your own particles within your immune system, causing then severe replication. And if you don't have an excellent release process, they can become clogged and then cause blood clots and heart attacks and strokes that some people do not come back from. So you have to understand that since we're in climate change, climates are changing almost every day, if not every weekend. Just looking at your temperature fluctuations in your area should tell you how often the climate is changing and how that will influence your immune system. So the whole J world is about the long game, not the short game. You've seen me go through every single different predisposed issue, as well as whatever I caught from somebody else, whether it's my dog, my husband, or just the general population out there. And then also what I had to deal with as far as pathogenic cultures that were trapped within my body that were needing to be released or had yet to be released and then became released during that climate change. And so you will go through ups and downs, okay? Given that I am 49 years old, almost 50, and you see Hollywood, how their 54-year-olds, 50-year-olds look great, but of course, remember, they have plastic surgery, they have Botox, makeup, different cleansers and lotions and all that. I usually I use CeraVe like face wash, and I use CeraVe like lotion. I think both CeraVe. There might be another one that's a cleanser, but I use the lotion, CeraVe lotion, which has a little bit of hyaluronic acid, which is good. Okay, but that's the only over-the-counter Walmart cleansers and lotions that I use. Okay, I mean, I could use coconut oil, but I mean, I have no problem using something over the counter. So anyway, so the whole J world is the long game. That's why I posted that picture of me that, yes, I am almost 50 years old. I'll be 50 years old next year. And you can look back on my old Facebook, my old account that had the 5,000 people or followers, and then this account, which is about 1,000. And you can see the pictures from back then. You can also see stuff in my featured photos of what it looked like back in 1990 to all the way up to now and all the different fluctuations. But the whole J world is it is the long game, because you can take 10 steps back and then do 100 steps forward. But every single day is a choice. Every single day is a decision. Every single day is, how are you going to utilize your energy? Do you know how much energy you have to offer and expend on somebody else, and how much can you retain and regenerate? And it's like investments. It's like high risk investments and low risk investments. It's always understanding how you're going to utilize your currency. Your currency is your energy, as well as your bank account. And so actually, I make that distinction and that association that how you spend money is no different than how you utilize your own energy and who you expend it on, whether it's family, friends, associations, your lifestyle, how often you go out, how often you stay home, who you're giving yourself to in the medical and the holistic system. And so when you're giving yourself to the medical and the holistic system, and you're always going out, and you're always hanging out with friends and family, and you're always out there, and you really hardly take time for yourself, and you're always working, do you have a chance to save your energy? See, that's the thing people to understand is the more you expend, whether it's your bank account or even your energy out there as far as your lifestyle and your belief systems, can you really afford your lifestyle when it comes to the overall long-term longevity? And so, so when you're in your 40s and 50s, 30s, 40s, and 50s, maybe even 60s, you could look relatively young, okay? You could pass for someone younger because of, the filters, because of the plastic surgery, because of the makeup, because of so many different things. But it's when you're in your late 60s, 70s, 80s, even 90s, and you still look like someone who's in their 30s. I'm not even talking about Cher, because Cher looks awesome, and she can afford all of the things that are out there. Plus, then you don't know how filtered some of these articles and pictures that she puts out there, how filtered they are. And so when you actually meet the person is when you can see how much they're trying to hide with plastic surgery, makeup, and all the Botox and all that. And so, next year, my photograph and my ID will expire. And so I'll have a picture of myself when I'm 50 years old. But again, every single day, every single weekend is a choice. Every single month is a choice how you're going to expend energy. How much are you willing to give it away to somebody? And when you do give it away, how much can you get in return? See, that's the thing, is return on investment. Do people actually get an adequate, if not phenomenal, return on their investment in people? And I'm not saying that they have to give back to you like, oh, well, you give them an egg and they should be giving you back 2 eggs, 3 eggs, 4 eggs. I'm talking about the time that you spend expending your energy and giving your energy, like your emotions, your hormones, to somebody else. Are you actually now figuring out how to then stay home and recoup that energy expended on somebody else, whether it was a party, a get-together, a vacation, your job? And are you actually saving your money, saving your hormones, your immune system? And you can see how many people out there have overextended themselves. That's the aging process. When you overextend yourself with family, friends, associations, and jobs, and partying, and crazy lifestyle, and traveling, you see people really can't afford those lifestyles because you see them going bankrupt as they get older. Bankrupt is when you are giving yourself away to the medical holistic system to keep you cured. But really, they're not prolonging your life. They're just making your life going out the door easier, and maybe you don't feel it until obviously at some point they can't use any more cures on you, and then you have to feel it. And then that's when people say, okay, just pull the cord, because there's no point in me suffering this much at the end of the line because you did overextend yourself. And so what I advise to my J crowd is live your life. Do what you got to do. You know what you have to do now. You know that how much energy you can afford and expend, how much you need to sit and chill out and recalibrate and feel and release. I mean, yesterday my husband did not use any medication for his headache. I think he understands now where I'm coming from. Obviously, if he is in a social situation and he has a headache, I'm sure he'll use medication. But since he doesn't do that so often to warrant him using medication so he can stay in the game in that moment in time, then he could afford those little times. But even then, like anything, time will tell if he could really afford that. Okay, but I have spent the last couple years, again, dealing with my own predisposed issues, and I'm also very aware of how I allow the public to influence my energy, how I allow people to influence my energy, and even avoiding people is helping me as well, is helping me save my energy, and also hanging out with people is helping me save my energy. And so that's why it doesn't matter what someone does or does not do. It's how you take that knowledge and of their existence and of their perception of you to utilize it to your benefit. Because I'm telling you, people say, oh, I avoid Jillian, I don't want to be friends with her, I don't want to do this with her, I don't do that because she's so negative. They're taking my energy, they think it's so negative, and they're actually destroying themselves. So you can take your knowledge of someone and you can love them or hate them, and you will still destroy yourself. And so avoiding me is not going to help you, obviously. And hanging out with me is not going to help you, obviously, if you cannot convert the energy to your advantage. And so that's why you have to understand that any kind of energy cannot be created or destroyed. And it doesn't matter if they love you or hate you, because it doesn't matter. The fact that they want to be connected with you means they're giving away their energy to you. Now you must convert it to make it to your benefit. And even avoiding that energy can help you, and hanging out with that energy can help you if you can help yourself. And so then that's when you know when to pull back from all of that so you can save yourself. And so this whole world is about energy conversion, how you use your energy, understanding energy, and that's also financial management. Again, you don't need to make so much money because, again, the more you make, the more you spend. And so if you're making more than enough to take care of both of you, if you are in a marriage, and then you're spending the extra on stupid shit, then you don't need to make more money than that if you have extra money to spend on stupid shit. That means maybe that you have actually enough money to actually do the things you want to do. You don't have to keep being so ambitious and make more and more and more, because that's the trap that people get caught up into. They don't even know how to use the money or the energy they have today to their benefit. They are overextended in body, mind, and spirit, and in the bank account. And you could be very well off in the bank account and be overextended in your physiological makeup. And so that's the issue, is that we have people who are very financially well off, but they're compromised and bankrupt in their body. But again, they keep throwing money at the plastic surgery and the Botoxes and the makeup and all of that, and the operation, so they can look like they are well off with genetics. But in actuality, they've become even more bankrupt, more overextended. And so you have to look at that your biochemistry is also the currency that reflects your bank account on some level. And you people, again, deception will be realized over time. Okay? Over time. And so we are in the long game, and it's great to see what people look like during their process. But, again, you can get 10 steps forward, 20 steps back, 10 steps forward, just like your bank account, like with the investments that you've invested in. They fluctuate, they're up and down, up and down. You're not in it to make that crazy high risk investment where it's like high risk, high return, or really like bankrupt. The J world is not about high risk. We are in the long game, conservative, minimal risk, but we understand how to fluctuate with the economy, with the environment, with our own lifestyle, that we can evolve and adapt to the changing conditions. That's the whole point of the J world. It's not about going, okay, we do a shortcut here, an operation here, plastic surgery here, and drugs over here so we can get that really fast return, because again, that will bankrupt you in the long run. Those high risk investments in the short run will actually bankrupt you in the long run. And you see it out there in the population. People are suffering because of their choices of doing the short, quick. And it was never short and quick. If anything, it caused more suffering that they can't really come back from. Because if they really want to become whole again, they have to quit the operations, quit the painkillers, quit the drugs, and they'd have to face everything they've ever done to themselves under the knife through the medical and the holistic system. And so this should be a comfort to a lot of you, that you have time to figure out how to develop your life to then have it aligned with the long game, not the short game. And so, no, nothing is immediate in the J world. What's immediate is in you feeling the pain that you've tried to hold back with the herbs, the cannabis, the extracts, the surgeries, the painkillers, the drugs. And so what's immediate is in you finally facing your demons. And if you're trying to look cute and thin and socially acceptable immediately, then you've lost sight of what's going on. Because, yeah, you're going to have to look ugly on some level if that's what you have to look like. What is ugly? Disproportionate, swollen, sweaty, mucusy, coughing, sneezing, blowing your nose. I've been through that. People are like, oh, you're so unhealthy. No, that's part of the long game, that you have to release those demons. And those demons aren't always going to be looking cute and looking proportional and looking whatever. But over time, you will get that return on your investment, but you got to earn it. It's not something you get immediately. It's something that you earn over time. And when people see you going through that process over time, they don't want to do it because they think that you're supposed to be well and symptom free all the time. No, that's not the point of earning your place in this world, earning the long game, earning that longevity. Those are the people that want the shortcuts, that think that having symptoms and not looking proportional is bad. They want all the shortcuts. They want all the things immediately. They're the Cinderellas of our world. They're the freaking Sleeping Beauties of the world. They're the Disney characters of our world. And in the end, it's not really happy when you think about it. It's a crappy ending. And it's agonizing ending. Okay? So be comfortable in looking disproportional. Be comfortable in being mucusy. Be comfortable in not looking the part. Be comfortable in just being whatever it is you are at that moment in time. Because I don't want to always be on stage. Sometimes it's necessary because, you go and hang out with people. Sometimes you go into a restaurant, you go into a store, you're going into wherever. So you play the game. But the game can take the life out of you. And so You don't have to play the mainstream game all the time. It'll actually save your life. When it comes to work, like with my husband, he doesn't have to play the game so much as far as wearing certain clothes. I mean, he wears his jeans and stuff. Being a trucker, you're not supposed to wear like a 3-piece suit and all that. And so he utilizes his muscles and his knowledge and his quick reflexes to navigate the roads out there. But he has a lot more freedom than a lot of people out there who have to play the game and be on point and on like that all the time. That's exhausting. But when he's tired, he can sleep like he did yesterday. And I made sure I left him alone when he needed to sleep. And so it's even the kind of jobs that you go into, high stress jobs, low stress jobs, middle of the road stress jobs. You can have a high stress job and be high stress for a minute and then also bring your resources back. Release the demons, rest, go through that process. Then you'll be back even better when you've gone through that process. So again, this is about understanding financial management with your bank account as well as with your biochemistry. It's all correlative. Okay? All right, bye.